All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your guy, Sirr Love, and today we're going to be talking about a real good topic, right? It's about how to make other people see your vision. Because right now, you might be working, you might be busting your butt as an artist, a producer, a writer, a business owner, whatever you're doing right now. You got a product that you're trying to put out there, and people aren't understanding the value. People aren't giving you the respect that you need. Well, how do you make other people see your value? Today's topic for today, Uncut Diamonds. Let's get it.
Come on and face it. If you need some marketing motivation, you can learn to transform your life and build your own empire. With Sirr Love.
Real talk, no chase. Real talk, no chase. Real talk, no trace. Real talk, I said real talk, I said real talk, no chase. Real talk, no chase. Real talk, no chase.
All right, guys, you know how I like to do it. We're going to jump straight into it, right? Right now, you're watching this video because you have faith. You believe in yourself. The question to you is not whether or not you have the next it. The question is, why can't people see it? And that's what we're going to talk about today, how to make them get it, how to make them understand it. Well, you got to understand one thing first. The first thing is, if nobody sees your vision, right, that means that it's not clear enough. That means you got a diamond. You got a diamond in the rough, but it just ain't shining enough. It's just not polished the right way. It's not cut the right way because nobody denies diamonds. I don't care if you say I make wood necklaces. I make onyx necklaces. If you have the opportunity, if someone comes to you and say, here's some diamonds. Can you make a diamond necklace? Oh, you're going to figure it out. People don't turn down diamonds. And if you say you have a diamond right now and people are turning you down, that means that you're not shining right. That means you're not cut right. That means something's going on that you're doing that you can fix. And we're going to talk about how to fix it, all right? Now, the first thing you got to understand is that you're not alone, right? If you're in the music industry, Lady Gaga, all right, and L.A. Reid's new book, he talked about it very vividly in every new interview that he's doing. Oh, I had Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga came in and blew me away the first time I saw it. Then I got her demo tape, and I was like, it ain't quite shining enough. He let her go. What about Katy Perry? Katy Perry was doing her thing. She was on Def Jam, 80% done with her project. They were like, we not digging it. The story goes on and on and on. Taylor Swift, she was with RCA. They signed her to an artist development deal as a young kid, which means they had already invested time and money into her, looked at her, and before giving her the opportunity to close an official deal, they was like, something had to happen. There had to be a reason that she didn't stay there, right? Okay, let's move forward. What about the Jonas Brothers? What about the Stooges? What about Kanye West, Capitol Records? What, Kanye West? Really? What about Destiny's Child, Elektra? Oh yeah, you didn't know they got dropped too? Bruno Mars, Motown, dropped. The list goes on and on and on. 50 Cent, Columbia Records, dropped. We can keep talking about it. This happens to a lot of different people. You are not alone. You are not the only person out there that has a product that you feel like everyone needs, everyone's going to get. You feel like it's a smash. It's a diamond. That's 10 million units sold in the music industry. It's a diamond. You have a diamond project, but people aren't rocking with it. All right. Well, the first thing that we're going to have to do is you want to make this thing happen is you're going to have to change yourself. That's right. I just said it. You got to change. All right. It's not enough. Whatever you're doing right now, it's not enough. It's not enough for you to be a diamond in the rough. You got to stop being a diamond in the rough and start being a diamond that's in the showcase. Okay, because when they put you in a showcase, the only thing they do is set you up on the velvet pad and put a light on you. That's it. Everything else you have to have, which means you got to be cut, polished, and shined on point before they put that light on you. And no one's going to risk putting the light on you and trying to sell you to the market if you're not cut, polished, and shined. So you say, Sir, what does it take for me to be cut, polished, and shined? Well, I'm going to tell you right this. The first thing you got to do is cut, man. Right now, you watch this video, you're like, okay, how do I move forward? What do I got to do? Well, right now, I guarantee that there's some people around you, there's people on your team right now that are discouraging you, that aren't making things happen, that are telling you you're moving too slow, that are speaking too negative. There's some people around you, or maybe there's people that you're dealing with that are lying to you, they're saying they're really doing this, but they're really not. There's some people in your circle right now that you may have to cut off. And you got to sit down and analyze that because that's a piece of what's making you rough, is that your team isn't ready to go to the next level. Because a cut, polished, and shined diamond, the people that are presenting that diamond is a completely different type of person that's presenting the diamond straight out the ground, right? You got to get the right people around you, all right? Another thing, it might be your lifestyle. It might be you. You might be the problem. Maybe you need to cut your hair. Maybe this whole time the difference between you and success is your haircut. It's happened to many people that way. Maybe your brand and your music aren't quite lining up because your lifestyle, the way that you look, the way that you move, what you're doing in your life doesn't match up and people don't get it. They can't see the correlation. Maybe your true talent lies somewhere else. You're supposed to be doing this, but you're doing that because you're trying to please what you think is going to make you right. Listen, you got to figure all that out. You got to make some cuts in your life. Maybe your lifestyle's crazy. You got to cut it. Maybe it's your appearance. There's some things you got to cut and got to change. Maybe it's your attitude. You got to cut and you got to change. There's something with you and you have to dig down and figure out what are the cuts, what are the changes that I have to make in my life. Maybe it's how you're spending your bread. Maybe expenses are just a little too high. You got to cut down and live a little bit below the bar. And people say, well, how is that going to help, sir? How does me changing all these things going to help? Because obviously right now people can't see your star and there's something blinding them. You have blemishes in your stone. Your stones are clouded right now. And they're clouded because there's things that you have to cut out. And once you cut those things out, you can begin the process of polishing and refining and getting yourself to where you need to be. So you said, sir, okay, I listened to what you said. I cut my hair. You know, maybe my brand and my hairstyle didn't go. I cut it. Okay. Now what do I need to do? Well, now you can go to the crowd. You can start to pay attention. Okay, do they like it better if it's cut and colored? Maybe it should be cut and dyed. Maybe it should be. You got to figure it out. You got to polish the situation. Okay, you got new friends. You're like the people. My team. They weren't about this life. I decided to get a new team. I got better people around me that know what they're doing. They're focused, they're driven, just like I am. But what do I do now? Well, you got to build that relationship. You got to refine that situation because the deeper you dig into them, the more you pour into them, the more they're going to pour into you and the better your thing's going to grow. You can start refining your life, refining your process, right? Okay, we talked about your lifestyle, your culture. Well, maybe you was one of those guys that was out there flashing. You was spending all your money tricking off on relationships and spending money, on cars and all sorts of crazy stuff. And now you're like, you know what? I need to calm down. You done cut it down. You done cut it. You're walking around looking poor. You're like, yo, how does being poor, how does poverty help my situation? Because sometimes when you take a step back, you get a little bit more creative. You start to figure things out. You get a little more resourceful and you start to figure things out. All right, so you have to cut the things off right now that are not making sense for your brand, for your product, for your vision. There's things that are clouding how great your product is, how great you are, how great what you're working on is. And then you have to refine the remaining things that are great. And you have to refine the new things that you're going to add after you cut other things away. And that's how you begin to cut and refine your diamond. Because you got to understand something. We're all not rock experts. Most of us don't know the difference between quartz and diamond when it comes out in this raw stage. I'm pretty sure there's other rocks that look similar. You got gold and pyrite. I don't know the difference. But when the right person sees it, yes, the right person can say, oh, that's valuable. I get it. But a lot of times we're not dealing with the people that have the best eyes, the best ears. People are always trying to figure it out. So the best thing for you to do is to be the full package when they see you. You need to be cut, polished, and shine. That way, the only thing they got to do is put a light on it. So I tell you like this, everybody loves diamonds. Everybody loves diamonds. No one's going to turn you away when you have it. Not the clouded it. Not the, oh, I think this it if we cut it. But it. All right? So it's time for us to move from uncut diamonds to shined, polished, ready to sell, ready to put on a necklace, diamonds. The investor is saying, I want this amazing ring for his wife. He's trying to get married. He wants the perfect rock. You can't be in the rough. You got to come, you got to get cut, you got to get polished, you got to get shined. And that does not mean you have to conform to anything that's going on in the game. Please don't get the message twisted because every diamond has its own path. Every diamond, if you're buying it from a rightful person, is getting certified against the GIAA or some crap like that. Certification number has its own social security number pretty much. They can track everything about that diamond. Every diamond is unique. Every diamond is not cut the same. Every diamond is not labeled the same. But every diamond, every true cut, polished diamond has an opportunity to go to sale. Gets the opportunity to be put in that showcase with the light on it. If that's what you want, you gotta go get it. Now, I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. And I'm just here trying to give you everything that I got. So if you're enjoying what I'm doing, you want me to keep going, like, follow, subscribe. This is part of the motivational series. You're about to get to it. Chasing Greatness, Phase 6, Sirr Love. Let's get it. Thank you for your time.
Transform your life and build your own empire. With Sirr Love.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, I said real talk, I said real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.